Do you love made-for-TV movies? We sure do. We always have. In 30 years of friendship, we've laughed, cried, diagnosed, and obsessed over every made-for-TV movie we could get our eyes on.
Did you know that most made-for-TV movies are about amazing people who have risked their lives to change the world?
We'll be taking you through the last 60 years of some of the most powerful stories. We'll see what's changed and what's exactly the same.
We also love a nice synthesizer and a sweet satin blouse. And we think you will too.
I'm Steph.
I'm Liz.
And this is
No One Would Tell, Except Us podcast.
Welcome to another episode of No One Would Tell, Except Us podcast. I'm Steph.
I'm Liz.
And we are so happy to be here today. We are super excited because we always are to record, but we like juicy movies. Whether or not we think it's a good movie, we like when something's got a little bit of juice. So today we are covering The Perfect Husband, the Laci Peterson story, and it's from 2004. And we have a lot of thoughts. Liz, let's start with your synopsis just to set the scene and to let everyone know what's up if they've been living in like a, I don't know, bunker and don't know about this story. Let's just make sure they have some context.
Yes. Well, this is the story. I'm like all about how a guy named Scott Peterson murdered his wife. Yeah. Well, allegedly. Okay. So he maintains his innocence to this day, but there's a lot of like evidence that was really not great for him, but that's not even shown in this film. Like this film is basically just kind of a very mediocre attempt at capturing the murder of Laci Peterson and their son Connor. So she was married to Scott Peterson. She went missing Christmas Eve. Was it 2002?
2002, yes. And yes, this movie's 2004.
And she had been walking her dog. That's the story he stuck to. She had been walking her dog and she never came home. And he had gone off they lived in California, and he had gone off to a fishing boat that they had, and he was fishing for the day. And when he came home, she wasn't there. That's what he claims. And so he started calling her family and being like, I don't know where Lacey is. Like, have you seen her? This is unusual, because she was not a person that would just up and disappear without telling somewhere where she was going. Plus, she was I think 8 months pregnant. I mean, she was very, very, very far along. And of course, she doesn't return. The family is, starting to be like, this is weird. And so they call the cops, and even on Christmas Day, they're out searching for her to no avail. And of course, the cops are looking for suspects. And one of the first suspects they always look at is the spouse. And things don't look good for Scott. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of things that are kind of it kind of looks like he did it. And eventually he is convicted of the crime of killing Lacey and their unborn son, Connor, and he is still serving jail. I think he's tried to appeal it many times, but they have not released him. And it was just kind of that. There was no really bones to this. There was no looking at Lacey's life or their marriage or his affair. He was also having an affair on the side, which is one of the things we'll get into, which did not look good for him. But it was just a slap it together, pump it out kind of movie. And I did not care for it.
Yes. Thank you for that. That was good. It did feel in the 20s and 30s, when the big movie studios were let's just get all these movies out. It was a factory. It was that. It was a made for TV movie like that. First of all,
yes.
Yeah, to your point, I mean, it's called the Laci Peterson story. How? I was so annoyed that they made this her story, and it's about her dipshit husband, whether or not he killed her.
The entire time.
He was a bonehead. He was a bonehead for sure.
I mean, they didn't even have an actress to portray, I thought they were going to do at least a flashback of Lacey. And you'll have to excuse me. I keep wanting to say Stacy because of the Laci Peterson story with Dean Peterson, but it's Lacey with an L. So I'll have to catch myself. But like they never did a flashback of her. They didn't even have an actress assigned to her. And they used her real face for like the posters in the movie, which maybe the family was fine with that, but it just felt so like just not, I don't know, just not good.
It was like a blurry picture at the vigil and like at the funeral and the poster. And I was just really upset because like to this day, they have not made a Laci Peterson story. Like this has been the only movie about this that isn't a documentary. And nothing to do with her at all. So that was not good. Basically, the other thing about this movie too, it felt very like, I think it was on purpose, but like stylistically very like 2020, like newsy, like very like we're in the action, like very, very quick. And so, when this opens, it basically opens on an interviewer that sounded like AI way before AI existed. Like, I don't know who read it.
Maybe that's the voice they use for AI.
So then I was like, okay, Dean Cain, I know many ladies back in the day were like, yummy, you know. I know he was Superman. I am not sure they really cast it up for Scott Peterson. I'm not convinced. I think it was like a pretty even trade. What do you think?
I agree. I think it was actually like look-wise, they were pretty similar. Like, I mean, look-wise, it was good. I guess I didn't realize how bad of an actor he was because I mean, I don't mean to sound mean, but like, I just don't think he's a good actor. And I just was like, okay. Because like he does a lot of Hallmark films, and even the Hallmark films that he's been in, which I love Hallmark, I don't even watch those because he annoys me. He's always annoyed me. And I was a child when he was like the big old Superman, and I didn't understand it then, and I don't understand it now. So like he just kind of looks like befuddled all the time and confused. Like he's not remembering his next line.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. It was like every other line, they had to read him the line and then they would shoot it. Yeah,
yes.
For sure. It was.
Yes. And I was like, I don't think that's necessarily like an attribute of Scott Peterson, the real person. I just think it's him.
I think you're right. I mean, I have thoughts on Scott Peterson because I've watched a lot of content over the years, but I was, I felt like this was phoned in big time on Dean Cain's part.
Like they had cue cards and they were like, just read it. And he was like, okay, I can do that.
It's, you know what? I bet it was like, they didn't even have him audition because they're like, oh my gosh, we nailed it. Like he looks exactly like him. We'll figure out the rest later.
And he did. And he did. I mean, like casting wise, look wise, it was there. I mean, nobody in this was like the best, but the guy from The Office, what's his name? Who plays like Pam's husband? He's
okay. So that's
and he was
David Denman plays Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always love him because I love The Office, but I was like, he truly was the best actor in this. I mean, he even like cried, and I was like, dang. You got some chops, you know? Like,
and I also like Dee Wallace, who plays Sharon Rocha, who's Lacey's mom.
Oh yeah,
and you know she's a veteran. Like she was in like Cujo and E.T. It's like she's got it. Like this lady has got it. So there were some bright spots, but like I mean the lead pretty flat. I was like he does not deliver. So we open, there's a bunch of like footage that is supposed to be Modesto, California, where this is taking place. It's like very quick cuts. And then there's a shot of Scott Peterson talking to the police on the lawn. And then the camera actually pans into the window and we see her whole family, which is kind of impressive. Like that was a pretty good shot, I think. But her whole family's like, all of her shit is here. You know, like they're all freaking out because all of her stuff is there. And she's missing. So we kind of start like in the middle of the action. And there are some detectives with some really, really bargain basement trench coats walking around like real cheap. And then, you know, one of the main themes of this whole thing is, Scott's like, our marriage is perfect. We're having a baby. And it's like, anytime I hear a marriage is perfect, I'm like, somebody is going to pass away. Like, it just is not, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't,
No, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And they like drove home like the word perfect in the beginning there. We're like, I get it. It's to the name of the movie, The Perfect Husband. Like, I don't need you to say it 12 times for me to put 2 and 2 together. Like, I don't know who you think your audience is.
We're paying attention. We're paying attention.
It.
And
yeah, like, it's not like this is like a Hitchcock movie where I have to look for like the nuances. Like, I understand where you're going with this. Like, enough with the perfect.
And it's dangerous because, again, this was like before social media, but it's like everybody had this idea that they were perfect. Clearly, they were not, and nobody is.
No.
But because everybody had that idea, it was like there could have been flags that were ignored because they were quote unquote perfect. And, early in their relationship, there was an affair that he had before they were married that was kind of, I guess, just brushed over.
By who? By her or her whole family? Like, did everybody know?
I don't know who knew, but it was like early in their relationship. And, my point is like things happen, but when you define people as being perfect, it's not a good idea. Because they are not. And so then did you notice, I thought it was a cop, but it wasn't. It was Lacey's actual dad, and he was like in a denim button down tucked in with like a flannel and slick back hair and like a big cowboy hat. I was like, who's that?
Wait, that's her real dad?
No, sorry. That was her dad in the movie because she has this.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I was like,
you're like, cameo.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah,
it.
I was like,
what?
I was like, who's this Yellowstone character? Like.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, like, where was she raised? Like, on a steer farm? Like, what is going on?
It was crazy. They were like, like her family did something with agriculture, and her degree, I think, was like I think he did something with like agribusiness. Like, he ended up selling like fertilizer, and Lacey studied some kind of horticulture, which we would know if anybody, talked about who she was, but they didn't. So anyway, her dad's a cowboy. Dad's a cowboy. And I was like, whoa, okay.
I don't know.
And then again, the mom's like, they're perfect. I'm like, okay. I'm like, A, they're not. And B, like, that doesn't matter right now. So why, like, are we saying it? So.
Oh, I wrote that too. I'm like, who are these people? Are we on an episode of Yellowstone? Like, I wrote that too. I was like, what is going on?
And then even her brother is like, they're beautiful.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Her brother was tripping me out because I watched this Canadian wedding show called Weddings and Beyond. And there was this groom on there. And I know it's real good. And there's this, it's like not good, but I love it. And there was like this groom on there and he looked identical. And I kept being like, wait a minute, do you act? Like, what is going on? But it wasn't. They're different people. Anyways, if you watch Weddings and Beyond, or it's called like Rich Bride, Poor Bride, depends on where you watch it. Yeah, you'd know him and be like, oh, is that him? But it's not. But okay, can we like just talk about the fact, because I brought this up right away, that it's Christmas Eve. Why aren't these people hanging out together? Like, everybody's just like, it's a Tuesday. Like, does no one get together on Christmas Eve?
That's a good point, because I don't know, like, if this, like, when we open the movie, like, is it Christmas Eve? Is it Christmas Day? Because, like, when...
It's Christmas Eve.
Because when
they
Tommy, the friend, and Kate come home, they're, like, he's wasted on the lawn, and they had a babysitter. And I'm like... Do they have a babysitter?
That's what I mean. I kept writing. I was like, does no one celebrate Christmas in Modesto? Like, what is going on?
That's a really good point. And that friend Kate was a VR trooper. I was like, where do I know her from? VR troopers.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
amazing. She annoyed me. I don't know why, but she
Well,
just
we'll get to
did.
that relationship. So they're friends. They come home. Like the sitter is like, "Bye, Merry Christmas," and they have 5 messages on the answering machine from Scott. And he's like, Lacey's missing. So then they're like, "Hang on, babysitter, you're staying all night. We've got to go. Like, you are not leaving." And
Well, no, the little boy comes down like
right,
excited, and he's like, "It's
right,
Christmas," and they're like, "Oh yeah, that
right.
thing." And then like they're like, "Okay, well we better go check this out." Okay, if any of your like best friends or family was missing on a major holiday, like a huge holiday, not like Arbor Day, like we're talking
Yeah.
Christmas, like main family friend time, would you just be like so like?
Yeah.
And where are they going? Bennigan's? Like what? Where they're acting like this is like this is mind-boggling to me. The whole Christmas thing. Like I don't get it.
No, I agree. I thought it was very strange.
Anyways.
So then during the search, that one of the cops is like, "I smelled bleach at the house," and so that's like the first indicator where you're like, "Oh, okay." Like,
Yeah.
Scott probably murdered her. So then I'm sure you
Well,
noticed.
right. But it's also like how many people use bleach to clean their houses? Like that's a little bit
Yeah. It's like maybe they don't
maybe
really
we have a
solve
lag.
crimes there. So then I don't know if you noticed Tommy's collection of Cosby sweaters, but he rocks a Cosby sweater in almost every single scene. I mean, that's the man's wardrobe for sure. And I was there for it.
Did notice.
I don't know if it was supposed to be comedic, but like they hung signs on every single tree in that scene. Did you see that?
Well, yeah, and also like overnight there was like a $50,000 reward, and I was like, was that like Christmas? Like, were you guys going on vacation? Like, where did that money come from? You know what I mean? Like, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's pretty like good. Like, she's only been missing for 12 hours. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, just nothing. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a reward, but it just seemed like, I don't know. They got it together really quickly. Like, I don't know if I'd be like, make posters right now, 12
Right.
hours after like my mom was missing or something. Like, I think I'd be like on the streets. And I'm not trying to judge anyone's process here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say there wasn't like all these people helping. So like they couldn't like get stuff done. Like, what do I know? They obviously don't show you in the movie anything that's going on. So you're
No.
guessing. But that's like my whole point. You're just kind of like, none of this really makes sense. Like, everyone's able to get it together on Christmas and come over with 50 grand and get these posters made and put them on every single tree in the neighborhood. Like,
Right.
it's just like so fast.
It is fast. And that all happens before that like legit, nonprofit comes to help. Like when they set up in the hotel and they have the crisis room or whatever. Like, yeah, it was very quick. And then it's also like Scott doesn't want them searching the house or the vehicles. And they're like, "Get your butt to the station," and
I mean, I don't want to be mean, but it's like you're kind of self-incriminating yourself. Like, wouldn't you be like, search if you were innocent? Why don't you be like, search whatever you want? Like,
yes.
Is he afraid they're gonna find like a used condom in there? Was he afraid they were gonna find out about the affair and then like blame him? But like, this is the thing, like, you can have an affair and not murder somebody. Like, there's plenty of people that have affairs and they don't kill people. So what are you afraid of?
Correct. So then his parents come to town and, Scott's dad is like, "We'll find her," like very unconvincingly. Like he is basically like, "She's gone." Like, sorry guys. I mean, I was just like, why? Like, that man is not bringing the energy, like that man should have stayed home because they're trying to like do something here. So then Scott's basically telling the cops like how to question him, which is also, strange. And the cops are like way ahead of him. Like they're like, "We checked with the cleaning lady." And I'm like, damn, like they have not missed a beat. Like, they
Yeah.
were like, what are you fishing for? It was cold that day. And, Lacey didn't open the blinds. Like, they're just like slamming him. And, you know, again, not to judge anybody, but like in the actual footage I've seen of him, like, he could have been in shock. He's not that quick. Like, he's just not like, he's just not. And so they were
Yeah.
pummeling him, and they, pretty much already thought that he had done this. And I think that, to your point, if you are innocent, it's like you want to be nothing but cooperative.
Yeah.
But, we do know about like coercion, and we do know about, interrogations that are crooked. So it's like he
Right.
should have asked for an attorney like immediately.
Yes.
It's like, don't fight about them searching the house and the cars and then be questioned without an attorney. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing I could think. If he really is innocent, is that
Yeah.
he was afraid of them finding something about his affairs. So, like, it could use it against him. Like, you're cheating on your spouse. You have a motive to kill. Like,
Right.
you want it out. Like, who knows? But
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, yeah, it's all very odd. And then we can get into this later, but there was like a robbery in
Yes.
their, like, on their neighborhood, like the same morning that she went missing.
Right.
And like, they don't talk about that, like, really at all in this film.
No, there's a whole list of things that was like omitted, that we can get into later, but all of that kind of came out way after the fact, because
Yeah.
there was a series made, I think in part by his family, that was like, here's all the evidence that shows that he could not have done it, which I always find fascinating.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm always like, oh, even though like I think he did it, like I'm always like, like totally just like shocked that there's like
Yes.
a stack of evidence that's like he might not have. And so, okay, so it's a small town. Everybody knows Tommy. Tommy, again, Cosby sweater, sweet Wranglers, sweet Wrangler jeans, every single scene. And there's a press conference, and everyone's asking questions in front of Scott and the whole family, which is always like super awkward. Like, I think, because it's like they haven't had a minute to like get it together. So if any of them sound like stupid at all, it's like completely judged, and everybody's like, they did it, even though they're just probably in shock.
Right.
So then they're like, well, he's not necessarily a suspect, but he hasn't been cleared. And everyone's like, what does that mean? Like,
Right.
why not? And so I thought the press conference was actually well shot in terms of this feeling very like newsy, like not really like a movie, but like pretty just like, action packed news.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
then some of her girlfriends start basically insinuating that he did it. And Kate is like, it's like, you guys are going to take the perfect couple and ruin it. Like, they're perfect. And it's like, stop. like, stop. Okay. Like, it's a very slippery slope, and I don't even know what that means. And I've seen pictures of them. It's like, they weren't perfect. Number one, like, I don't even understand like the idea that people were, hanging on to.
I think it maybe for her, it was just like she didn't want to, like, because that's Tommy's wife, right? Kate. I get that
Kate,
mixed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because Tommy and Kate kind of stuck by Scott's side up until like the very end, especially Tommy. Like, Tommy was like pretty loyal, like, because that was like a really, really close friend. Like, Scott was very, very close to him.
Yeah.
And Lacey. I mean, they grew up together. That's kind of
Yeah.
what they insinuate, that they went to school together and stuff. I think it was more of those things where it's like you just don't want to believe something to be true, and you're just kind of like, it's that defense. Like, I can see myself doing that. I don't know if I'd be railing on the fact that I'd be like, they're perfect, but I
Yeah.
would be like, I know them. They wouldn't do this to each other. Like, let's focus on like just finding her versus assuming that she's dead and he killed her. Because why would you want to like admit to that if you're like close to somebody? Like, that would be awful. I mean, to process that would be terrible. I mean, I can't even imagine.
No, it would be horrible. But I mean, Yeah, it's also though like I think people are scared to admit that they don't know everything. Like
Yeah.
because it's like things like this happen and it doesn't matter like if somebody's like really good or really bad, like it happens. So
Right.
I think that idea is like kind of distracting. So then the whole family's standing in front of like the longest curtain ever. I don't know if you've if you saw that scene. I don't know, an 80-foot curtain. And they're like, we can't afford any secrets. And Scott's like, I told everything. Like, they don't want to see that I love her. Like, they think I'm a villain. And it's like, that's all true. Then he calls his freaking girlfriend. It's like, oh my gosh.
Like, after January 26th, I'm yours. Ew.
Yes. So, all right. It's Amber Frey. I've also read a lot about her. You know, it's like she's got a kid. She was like a massage therapist, you know, and it's like they had this relationship and, you know, she fell for him very quickly, very hard. You know, he traveled a lot because he was in sales. And I just feel terrible for this woman because yeah, just like absolutely horrifying and horrendous. So then
I do feel bad for her because I remember like even then when I was like following this, like what we were like in late high school, early college, like you almost like she was almost like vilified for a while. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just like, dude, she didn't know that he had a wife and she didn't know like he was doing all this stuff. Like she just was with somebody, you know, because she went right to the police. It wasn't like she was like, I'll keep your secret, honey. Like she was like, tap me. This guy's a freaking freak. He might have killed his wife.
Right.
Like she kind of put her life on the line. She's a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'd almost be like, do what you gotta do, but like I'm out. Like put me in like witness protection. Like done.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That, I mean, that was so disturbing. And so then they bring a search dog, which, you know, I don't know if you've seen anything about this, but like I had no idea that search dogs could be like incredibly unreliable. Like I never knew that, but
I didn't either.
I saw it in part of this documentary once. Like there's such a large margin of error and people like hold them to this like esteem, like, and it's like, I'm sure there are very effective search dogs, but like, I guess they make a lot of mistakes too. So when I saw the search dog, I was like, good luck, guys. And the search dog basically is like, she didn't leave the house, you know, because it stops picking up.
Her stops here.
Right. He's like, she didn't leave. So everyone's like, oh my gosh. And the family again is like, they are just so perfect. And
I like the lady too. She's like, find her, Dixie. Like, I'm like, go, Dixie, go.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Dixie.
Shout out to Dixie. It's like you had a more effective role than Laci Peterson in this movie. So good job. Okay. Then it's like Lacey's dad, my favorite. He's like a total outlaw. Like he's got some land. Yeah. He's got some horses. And, you know, he smells the manure.
Like,
he's not buying it.
Yeah. He's like, don't you dare tread on me. That's what he's saying all day long.
Right. And the mom's like, I just love Scott. Like, I totally love Scott. And the dad's like, yeah, I don't. And I'm not buying it. And the reward goes up to $500,000.
Yeah. Okay. So like they didn't have GoFundMe. So like, that's a lot. Like that's impressive.
Yeah. That's a lot. And so there's a ton of volunteers. So then everybody's like, you know, how could he still work? Like the friends are getting like really pissed at him. And like, I think if a man is missing, it's like, I think a woman is more inclined to like face it emotionally head on. But I do think men get judged. Like, how are they supposed to be acting? Seriously. Like some of them like are completely like closed down emotionally to begin with. So you can't really judge what somebody would do in a crisis like that because they might not be able to handle it. Like, you know,
That's a very good point. I mean, and also like sales can be very cutthroat. I'm not saying like they wouldn't be like understanding, but like sometimes it's also like, I mean, come on, let's face it. You know, he's already used up all his days, like his like personal time. His PT is out the window with Amber Frey. So like
Right.
he's like, dog, I gotta live. So
Yeah.
I gotta go to this like conference or I'm axed. And
Yeah.
there does come a point where like if it's been weeks and weeks and weeks, I mean, I don't know how long an employer gives you to like look for your spouse. Like that seems very like, I mean, even when someone dies, you only get a certain amount of time before people are kind of like, I know you need time, but you do have to like at least come back part time or something
Right.
because I'm paying you. Like it's cutthroat, but it's the truth. Like
Yeah.
how long do you give that bereavement? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, this country really doesn't value family, so you really don't
That's
get a
very
lot
true.
of time or support or
I
help
know
at all.
everyone else is like, we get 2 years. We're like,
Right.
oh, we get 2 hours. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so that's a really good point. And, you know,
Yeah.
also, I just think that, like, again, I mean, it's such a rare thing. It's such a shocking thing. I don't think everybody's like equipped. Like, I don't think that
No,
everybody
I
just,
agree
like,
with you.
knows what to do. I mean, it's
Right.
traumatizing. So then
Yeah, I
Scott's
agree.
walking with Kate, and it's like they're walking down the dingiest, most rundown street. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I was like, this town looks like a dump. Like, there's a creepy, like, kidnapper prophet type in one of the shots. I don't know if you saw that,
Oh, no.
but I was like, what is the point of this? Like, is this to show that it's not the best area? Like, something else could have happened to her? If that's the case, that is not coming across. It was just very, it was an odd choice. Like, I was like, I feel like
Yeah.
we're going to get mugged right now. And
That's
I don't
really- I
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
I didn't think about that. Well, then, like, okay, the lady that claims she saw Lacey, because, like,
Yeah.
there's that, like, older lady that's like, I saw her walking the dog. And I was like, okay, is she, like, a local that they know, or is she homeless? Because they don't really, like, they kind of make her seem like she's homeless and just talking out of her ear, like,
Yeah.
I saw her. And it's like, and then it's like he knows her and sees her, like, later on in the movie at the same location. So I'm kind of like, well, wait a second. Is this someone who gets coffee at Tommy's restaurant every day? Like, it's so vague. And they don't even really look into that, but yet they bring it up like twice in the film.
Yes. And again, she has a bigger part than Lacey. Like, she, and you're right, because like the knit beanie or whatever she's wearing, like, you don't know if she is just like unhoused or what. And
Right.
I think she's
Right.
supposed to represent, like, they had an obscene amount of tips, like anonymous tips, and like an
Yeah.
obscene amount of leads that were like BS. And I don't know if she's supposed to like represent that, but like, yeah, it was strange and like not really followed through with. So
No.
Then they're
There was
like-
no thought. This was like this. There was
No.
no thought in this film. This was just like them trying to like make a buck after a sensationalized story. That's what it
Right.
was.
well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was like there was no soul at all.
No.
So then they're like, let's do an interview in the cheesiest Italian restaurant owned by not Italian people. Like, let's set this up there. Let's get it going with the Christmas lights inside. And so then Lacey's dad actually like goes to Scott, and Scott like ditches him. Like, he's like, go ahead in the house and we'll talk. And then reporters start like, you know, kind
Yeah.
of going in at Scott, and he like drives away, and the dad's like, oh, hell no. Like, what? And then the brother's like, back off, dad. You know, like, Scott's a great guy. Like, leave him alone. And the dad's like, I would, like, he'd be dead now if it wasn't for you people. Like, I
Yeah.
am not in this how you are. So then
Yeah.
Scott's
I
playing.
feel like he knows. Like, you know how like parents like get that feeling? I feel like he knows because like the mom, although like she's too emotional, she doesn't want to believe anything is true. She thinks at this point Lacey's still alive because like any
Right.
mom you'd be holding on for hope, and Connor, of course, the grandchild. But the dad is like let's face it, like a farmer, and like he's just kind of like, I know a dead thing when I know a dead thing. Like it's like, like let's cut the crap, son. Like,
Yeah,
show me where
you're
the
right.
body is, so I can beat your ass. Like,
Yeah.
and have you join her. Like,
Yeah.
he knows, you know, like he just
Right.
knows. Because he's just like a no foolishness. Like,
No, he's not
you
having
did
it.
it, you know it. Yeah. Like, let me just end your life now.
Then, yeah. So then Scott's like getting anonymous calls, and he's like fighting with the people that are calling, which I think is like hilarious. Like, what are you gonna say to someone and then have them be like, "Oh, you're right." Like, it's just like so funny to me. And then he calls Amber and confesses that he lied and that he was married once, and says that his wife went
A year
missing.
ago.
Yes. And it's like, what a dumbass. Like, she watches TV. Like, but then I was like, okay, there was no social media. So it's like, until this broke nationally, she wouldn't know.
Right. That's what I wrote too. I was like, a year ago, I'm like, is this lady living underneath a rock? But then I was like, at that same point, I was like, wait, this wasn't national news yet. This was just local news, and she didn't live in Modesto. So
Right.
why would she like really hear about it unless maybe, I mean, yeah, it's so crazy how social media has changed things so much. Like, you can know what's going on so intimately, like way too much
Right.
in every single town if you really want to, which is kind of like, I almost wish it was the way it used to be.
Like, I want to know way less.
I
Everyone.
do.
I mean,
I want to know next to nothing. Like, that's where I'm at.
they're both wearing horizontal striped sweaters in the phone call scene. And I'm like, do they shop at Vans? You know? And I don't know if you had seen any of like the real news footage or whatever, or the documentaries, but like, I mean, while he was like lying to her for all those weeks, it was pretty wild. Like, he was like, I'm at the Eiffel Tower. I see fireworks. Like, I wish you were here. And it's like the freaking vigil's going on. Like, it was extreme. Like, seriously.
He was probably at the corner getting a corn dog. He's like, I'm at the Eiffel Tower, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not even know that. Why did they not include that in the film? That is gold.
I know.
Is such gold. Like, they missed so much, and they already
missed
knew
so
those
much.
things. So
No,
why
I mean-
did they leave those out? Like, that's the
Yeah.
best part.
It's the best part. So then she's like, I love you, you know. So then the cinematography at the vigil gets crazy. Like, it is like almost whiplash. Like, I was like, what is going on? And her dad, Lacey's dad's still the only one wearing a cowboy hat in the whole town. Like, he will not take the cowboy hat off. It doesn't matter what is going on. And then Amber finally sees Scott at the vigil. And
Like on TV.
Yes. And she's like, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I can't even imagine. Like, I can't imagine. Like, you know, when your stomach just drops, like, she had to, like, almost lose it. And she had a kid to, like, take care of. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the shot that they had of him, I thought they were like at like a pregame like party. Like, I was like, cheers. Like, it
Yeah.
looked like they were gonna like clink some Coors Light. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it was
Yeah.
just like, ah, like he was laughing and
Yeah.
smiling. And like, I'm not saying you can't have a moment of joy, but like at the vigil,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That just seems very, very odd. Like, what would be funny?
Right. Right. Well, did you ever see Gone Girl?
No.
Okay, it's amazing, and it's based on a book, obviously, by Gillian Flynn, and it's, you know, the movie has Ben Affleck in it, who also resembles
Yes.
Scott Peterson, and
True that.
it's like a lot of, I mean, it wasn't based on this, but there's a lot of this taken in that, but it's like a completely different twist that, like, I mean, it's an excellent film, but it has instances in it, like, at a press conference, I don't remember, but like something does happen where it's like you would smile. I don't remember what it was, but it's like that's the picture the press got. Like, it's like all the situations where it's like you're painted as guilty. And
Yeah.
if you're a human, like they can make you look guilty. And,
That is a good point.
you know, it's hard because it's like, I do think he's guilty, but it's almost like, you know, all of these trials, to your point, that are national, it's like you can't really get a fair trial because the news already infiltrates and like all the stories are out before the trial even begins. It's like you can't get a jury that hasn't heard every single thing already. And it's kind of terrifying. Like if somebody decided to like frame you, they probably could. Like they could probably do it because, you know, you're guilty on the public forum.
Yeah, I think though, like with so much camera now, it's almost like I would think harder to do that though.
Yeah.
Because like before, I feel like, you know, it was like almost back in the day where it's like, Curly Sue eats a peanut. She's guilty. And she's just like out there. But now it's like, okay, but prior to that, they were like crying because like I have everything recorded because all I do is record things with my phone. So that's like literally our lives. So I don't know, maybe, but yeah, you could paint social media probably and then reach more people. So that could be worse.
That's true. Also, are you saying Curly Sue becomes a criminal? Because that's a really interesting sequel.
I freaking love Curly Sue. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh my gosh.
I like good movies. What can I say? So good.
I love good movies too. All right. So then at this point, pretty much all of her girlfriends are like, yeah, like he killed her and that's it. And they find out that he asked one of the friends who's a realtor what the house is worth.
I mean, oh my gosh, Scott, like what a dumbass. Like you could go to any freaking Baird and Warner in the world or whatever and be like, could you like look into my house? And they would be like, yeah, okay.
Right.
You go to one of her friends?
Yeah.
Like, what? You think they're going to be like, oh, let me get my inspector over. Let's get some, let's do some measuring.
Right. He's just
hold on,
so
let me
dumb.
Clean up.
He's so dumb.
And stupid.
But even Kate still is like defending him. Like, she's like, well, you know, it's like he doesn't want her to come back to like something that's like so, you know, traumatizing and like she was abducted and whatever.
I know. Well, she's saying all of that in a mock turtleneck with a sweatshirt over it. So, Kate, what are we doing here?
You're right.
Like, who wears a mock turtleneck and then layers it with like a sweatshirt?
Yeah. Not on my best day.
Yikes.
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 Not my best day.
And then when they cry and she's like, it's okay. And she hugs her friend. Yeah. That is the most awkward hug. Her like left elbow or right elbow was like all the way like up to the ceiling. It was like they were smushed so hard against the wall. They didn't want like their mic packs to like get in the way. And I was like, you guys just do better. Like this sucks. Guys.
Yeah.
They're just like, action, got it. Let's go. Like, let's get out of here. Like, it was just so bad.
It was like, I mean, it was like the news. Like, it was like you get one take. That's about it. So
you better do it right.
Right. So then Amber takes a lie detector test and she's basically like, you know, please just tell her family that I didn't know that he was married. Like, please just make sure they know that. And, you know, all of the friends continue to fall apart. The cops tell Lacey's family about Amber. Obviously, they're like horrified. You know, and I wrote there were a lot of sexy photos. I don't remember where, but that I did write.
I don't remember that, but I wish I did.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, I think they showed the family a bunch of pictures of Scott and Amber. And
yeah.
Actually, I remember from one of the documentaries, it's so sad because there's like that picture of Lacey where she's like in a red, like, I don't know, taffeta pantsuit and she's at a Christmas party and she's like got her hands folded over her belly. And that picture, it's like she was at a friend's Christmas party alone. And then that same night, there was a picture of him with Amber at like a corporate Christmas party. It's so sad. It's so sad.
I think That is extremely sad. I think the picture you're thinking about is she was wearing kind of like one of those like late 90s like slip dresses. Because I
Oh,
remember being
yes.
like, yeah, that's
Very
like
sexy.
they're like
Yeah.
shiny and satiny and stuff. They look like a nightgown. Those were like popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, they basically like set out to ruin Christmas. I mean, it's just like so upsetting. So then now Scott's also wearing Cosby sweaters. And
Ooh.
you know, yeah, it's just happened. And so they're just like, still going through this. The police think they found the body at this point. And Sharon, Lacey's mom, is kind of just recounting everything with the stepdad. And she's like, the first thing Scott said was that Lacey was missing. Why would he say she's missing? And the stepdad's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, this whole thing is effed. And like, there's no fixing it. So then Scott basically tells the friends that like he has to go south for a conference. And Tommy's like, people are going to say you're really, really cold if you do that. And Scott's like, I can't like cry on cue. Like, I can't like, perform. Like, I, need to work. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. He does wreck a Christmas tree, which is sacrilege to me. Like, I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah. He wants to like go hang out at the bay, which is like basically where they find the body, which is so weird. And then he like throws the Christmas tree. And then I like how the next scene is like the detectives like talking and they're just like, I mean, come on, it's a pretty white girl with good teeth. And I'm like, good teeth? What does it have to do with anything?
Yeah, they're like, people love a pretty white girl with good teeth, pregnant on Christmas Eve. I'm like, I've never heard anyone say they like that. Like,
Heartless, pretty white girl, good teeth, preggers. Banger. Yeah. Like, I mean, what is going on?
Yeah. If it's like
so
one of those
odd.
4 things is missing, forget it. Nobody cares. It's got to be those 4.
If she had braces, I'm done looking for her. Like, it's over. Like, good grief.
Good dialogue. So then they found her body in the bay. And so then her brother's like, did you cheat? And Scott's like, I love Lacey, Brent, and
he said, I loved her.
Right.
This is before they found the body. Yeah.
Oh,
and they're like, love. Yeah. He says,
they
loved.
did. Yes, you're right. Let's redo that part.
Like, they're like,
effed.
Yeah.
Okay. So the brother confronts him and he's like, did you cheat?
Yes. And he's like, no, I loved Lacey. And he's like, loved? Like past tense, bro. And he's just like, I love Lacey. But he's just like, I mean, come on. If they're looking for her in the bay, they're looking for a body. It's like, Scott, what is going on? Like, that's the worst thing you could say.
Like, say less, just say less at this point, you idiot. So then, Amber did tell the truth. She passed the lie detector. And she gives more details about him to the press. And so now Lacey's family is like done. Like they're just like completely done. He's kind of weighing his options. He's got a decent pool. Did you see that pool? I was like, oh.
No, but I know that's important to you. And
it is really important to me. I was like, what did she see in him? And then I'm like, oh, never mind. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, their house was decent. Like, I don't think they were like poor. Like, I think they were, upper middle class, maybe. Like, I mean, it looked good.
Yeah. So also she had one of those cafe signs in the kitchen. Did you see that? It's like the generic, like brown sign with like coffee beans. Like, and it's like, yeah, I was like, ooh. So then, Scott wants to give jewelry to Amber.
Oh gosh.
And it like is Lacey's jewelry, right? So
oh my freaking goodness. Like
he's on a roll.
Like it's just Dumb and Dumber. Like it's just dumb, dumber. Like I don't understand. You haven't even buried her and you're like, yeah, take what you want. Like,
Yeah,
I just
horrendous.
don't. Yeah, like, can't you just go buy something else? And why are you?
Yeah.
He did it. I'm sorry.
I mean,
He
I'm
did
sorry.
it. Like, this is bad.
So then, like, you know, Tommy and Kate are fighting again because it's like, they were perfect. And it's like, let it go, you know? And she just wants Tommy to, like, F shit up. Like, she's just like, I've had it. Like, you have to, like, do something about this. Now, every scene has Christmas lights. Nobody's taking down their Christmas lights. Like, those lights are going to be up till May. And then Lacey's dad goes to the faux Italian restaurant that Tommy owns. And they're like, Lacey's alive, which is like a dumb thing to say. Because at this point, it's like, sadly, she's not. And, you know, I get keeping faith alive, but like, it's just not helpful, I feel like.
Right. So they had found a body, but they hadn't confirmed yet it was Lacey, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Like, it's like someone on the, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, because I remember it was like someone running on the beach, right? Like they found a body washed up on shore. They hadn't confirmed yet it was Lacey. And then later on, they find Connor's body.
Yes. Well, so right before that, there's like a bunch of journalists that are like talking smack and like drinking red wine in Tommy's restaurant. Like, that's their hangout. And Tommy's just going to like beat the hell out of them. Like, he's had it. He's like, stop talking about Scott, even though it's like, yeah, they're going to talk about him. Like, that is why they're here patronizing your restaurant. Duh. So then the reporter is like, yeah, they're not charging him yet because they want the body. And it's like, ooh, that is a sick burn. Like, that's the only reason that he hasn't been, you know, indicted yet. So then the old lady that you mentioned earlier was like, the police never came and talked to me, to Tommy. And, you know,
like, what?
Right.
He's my main lead.
Right. So then he goes to the cops and the cops are like, yeah, like a lot of people are saying they saw Lacey that did not see Lacey. Like, that's just what's going on. Like,
yeah, he's like, Tommy, we've cleared over 200 suspects. Why can't we clear Scott? And he's just like, ugh.
Right. They're like, turn your back on him. Yeah. So they're like, you know,
like, we found hair. They're like, we found a hair, a tarp, jewelry. All of it was Lacey's.
Right.
You know? Like, it's just like, what? Oh, you know.
Right. So then they're like, Scott, you know, just show us where the body is and like you won't get the death penalty. And he finally does like a news interview and he's like, I don't believe in violence against women, you know, and everyone's like, it's too late for that, you know, it's too late. Nobody believes you.
That was a really good impression.
Thank you. So then the freaking owner of the dealership brings the car to Lacey's mom's house and is like, I don't want to make a profit off of like her car, but Scott traded it in. And the mom's like, what? You know, which is like, why is he making such bad choices?
It takes a bold person. Is the word bold? Is that the right word? To, you know, trade in your supposedly missing person, spouse, probably murdered spouse's car and be like,
yeah,
I didn't do it.
Right.
I mean, and first of all, why wouldn't they apprehend that car to begin with? Like, wouldn't it automatically be like evidence? Like anything that Lacey was in or was around, like we have to check because she could have left clues. There could be blood. There could be like, you know, letters or journals even about her talking about things going on. Like, who knows? People keep a lot of things in their car. I mean, I sure do. Like,
oh yeah, there's like a lot of evidence in my car. And that's the thing. It's like,
what? It's car is like a trash bag. Like, they were like, what murder didn't happen in this car? Like, it's so disgusting. So that's my point. Like, why didn't they take the car?
Right. They're like, we're going to search this house, but go ahead and have your garage sale. It's like, what? Like, you guys, lock it down.
You know that storage locker where you keep all your stuff you want no one to find? It's yours, buddy. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. So then Scott's like, you guys, I had told Lacey about the affair. And they're like, what? Like, she was like 8 months pregnant. Like, why? Like, what is wrong with you? You know, blah, 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 blah. And Kate's like, I'm done. You know, like, I don't believe you anymore. And he's like, I have to go to Mexico for a conference. And he's like, you know, there's divers in the water. And she's like, you are just such, you know, a horrible person. And, then he like has a confrontation with the detectives again, and he's like, "Are you bringing back my Ford?" And they're like, "No, we're not." And
Oh man,
they put a tracker on it, which it's a little late for that. And so then Kate's like super emotional because she's like, you know, Amy saw Scott and Lacey before they disappeared at the salon, and they can't find the clothes that Lacey was wearing, and it's like,
yeah, that same day, like the night she went missing.
yeah. So that's super sad.
Oh, I like when he like says to Kate, he's like, just so you know, Kate, I wanted what you had. And
Yeah.
I was like, what? I don't know, man.
You want Tommy? Okay. We get it.
He's like, I wanted those Cosby sweatshirts so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So then he's hitting golf balls at night, and he's basically like, I don't care anymore. Like, he's just like, I don't really care what anybody thinks.
Yeah, he's like at the first Top Golf. He's like at the first Top Golf of the world. Like, he's just like, ha, 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 ha. And also, okay, wait. Where's the part where Tommy has like his like meltdown and is like at the table, like, and then he's like crying on the floor? Is this before or after that scene with the golf balls?
This is it's after, because
okay, then we'll get to that, because I have something I found in the scene, and I was like, I gotta bring that up.
Oh, good. Well,
it's not good. It's just unusual.
Okay. So then basically, a dog does what no human can do and ends up actually finding the body.
Like someone, like me walking my reactive dog, like on the beach. I'm probably like, Kaya, get over here. And it's like, hey, look what I found, Mom. I'm like, holy crap.
Yep, it was that. And so that scene in the bar was kind of good because it's like all the reporters, like, phones are ringing at the same time. All their like pagers are going off, and you're like, oh, this is bad. So
and Tommy's also, like, could you get the F out of my freaking restaurant? Like, take your Carlo De Rossi and get out of here.
Also, like, how horrible that like the mom had to see it on the news. Like, what?
I can't even begin. No one could call her 2 seconds before they tell the press.
Right.
Like, they don't even give her that dignity of like knowing first. Like, you have to like turn on your TV. That is so surreal. Like, I feel like you must just like leave your body and like go to a different place, because that was so, I mean, were the press like literally like on the scene, like with the detectives, like, or with the coroner, like, or whoever like has to verify it, like, as they're doing it? Because isn't it in a private place? Because they have to look at dental records, because they said like the body that washed ashore, like a lot of it was decomposed because it's been in the water for, you know, over a month or 2 months, however long it had been. I think it was a few months. And so like they had to go through the process of like, you know, identifying it, which takes a lot longer. And it's like, they couldn't call the mom first and be like, it is Lacey, I'm so sorry. Like,
right. What? Well, and I mean, all that there was, you know, was like her torso. So
right. She was decapitated. Or
right.
Her head was missing. So it's just like, which also makes you think like, is that how she died? Like, was she decapitated, or is that from like an animal, or like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's so weird. And then how did Connor's body get out of her? Like, did they rip her body?
No, I think I read that it had
birth.
Yeah, like in the ocean. Like, I think it's like that response happens sometimes. Like, if a body is no longer alive, it like dejects. I mean, just like absolutely horrendous. And so, yeah, the mom seeing that on the news was just like shattering. So then Scott's on the phone with Amber. He's like, I know who did it, Amber. And Like,
It was me.
yeah, the cops are like, she's not that smart. Let's just make sure she does not see him. Like, because we can't trust this. And so then the detective has to like wait on DNA to actually arrest him. And you know, Kate and Tommy are like at home. The zestiest part of their house is the red kitchen table. I don't know if you saw that, but it's like,
I did. And that's where I saw the weird thing. Because I was like, I always check out the food on set because I'm always interested to see like what labels they let. I don't know why. It's just like a weird thing I do.
yeah.
And okay, so they had like taken a black X to the label, like because they're, you know, cheap. But it was the old 365 Whole Foods logo. And I was like,
No
oh,
way.
like with yeah, it's the one with like the blacks of like primary colors, and they would have like the 365. And I was like, take me back 2002. Like that was like nostalgic.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's a
Raisin Bran.
good- Wow. That's a good spotting.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is impressive.
Oh, and can we also get Kate like a better Preggers belly? Like, why'd they put like a Spalding basketball up there? Like, she's just like moving it around. She's like, hold on, my balloon is like shifting. It was so unrealistic. Like, give me a break.
It was so unrealistic. And so, yeah, it's like she and Tommy are just like falling apart. You know, it's just
Yeah, and
bad.
did you notice her mouth glitched? Like, she's just like, Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like, she's like, ah. Like,
Yeah.
It was like the freaking Grudge. Like, she's just like,
That would have been a really welcomed twist.
is she gonna come out and like murder Tommy? Like, does this turn into a horror film? Like, what's going on here, guys? This is great. Let's keep it going.
That would have been a very good twist.
No one could
sure.
edit that out. They couldn't be like, oh, let's like retape that one section. Like, let's be like, axe.
Well, the detectives are like, we need gas. We're going to San Diego, you know. And they pull Scott over and he has had a makeover. Do we like it?
I loved it. I really liked the blonde highlights and the scruff, especially like I was like, okay, like, and even on Scott, I know, even on Scott, I was like, okay, like, sounds good, but like maybe it's because I have like, I don't know. I just remember like, you know, the boy bands and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, like that's cute, but. I remember seeing him like on TV, like when this was all happening, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" So I don't know. Maybe it's just a thing for me now. I don't know. How about you? What do you think?
I mean, I thought that. I mean, I just remember when it actually happened, being like, "That was ridiculous." And. I don't know. I guess the real Scott Peterson, I've always like teetered with. Like, I'm like, do I think he's attractive or not?
Agreed.
Like, I've never been able to make up my mind. Like, when I hear him talk, I'm like, oh no. But when I don't, I'm like, you know, who knows? Maybe. Like, it's hard now because it's like, you know, he's like this criminal.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that they were an attractive couple. I think Lacey was very pretty and she looked like she had like life. Like she looked like she was zesty, you know, like, you know, and would be like fun to hang out with. Like she looked like she had a good time. And he, I think, you know, enjoyed that. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'd go with blonde over the brown, but then he talks and you're just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, you're like, okay, never mind. So then it's like, okay, these people are going to rip him to shreds.
Oh my gosh, this scene. I was like, do people really line up with signs that say killer and then like attack the supposed like suspect's car? Like, do people do that? Like, is that like a real thing?
I guess, but it's like the cops aren't going to let you murder him, guys. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, I don't understand.
I know. And I'm like, and would people even do that? Like in this day of like social media, like I feel like now people would just take a picture and just be like, make a meme out of it and be like, what a trash bag, you know, like,
yeah.
And that would like stuff be like enough. But I was just like, do people actually like think about it? And then like, they have to be like, okay, let's meet up, you know, Saturday at 9 a.m. with killer signs and make sure you have your like angriest face going. And like, I mean, how do you even like congregate? How do you figure that out?
I kind of think they do it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in person, but I definitely think it's like an angry mob
Just
thing.
feel like, wow, you have a lot of time on your hands because that is insane to me to do that. Like, that's like taking somebody out to like, you know, like the guillotine or something, or like a public hanging and being like, yes, let's do it. Let's burn their asses.
They're like,
it's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, it is my dream to like be able to go to like real court cases. I mean, but I don't have the time right now. And I mean, you know, I did see that thing where it's like a bunch of like retired women ended up solving cases. Like,
wow,
just women that follow. Yeah. Like they just like solve. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even read this right now because I'm so jealous.
That would be
like
such a good book series. Like if someone like wrote that, like that, I'm sure someone has, but that would be really good. That's interesting.
Yeah. So basically they get him safely to jail. And then Tommy is like having a stiff drink from that Brita water pitcher, right? Like he has had a day.
It's like, actually, Kate, I put vodka in this. I just strained like it's strained.
He's knocking it back, and then Scott leaves a message, and Tommy finally just like loses it. Like he's like, okay, he did it.
He's like,
hey,
he did do it. May not be around for that round of golf soon, but I'm gonna get out. He's like, ah.
Right. He's like, my entire existence is a lie, including my fake Italian restaurant. You know, so not good for Tommy. Yeah. So then we have the funeral, which is like very shallow and like, again, has like a blurry picture of Lacey.
It's awful. It's just terrible. Bad. Yeah.
And then we just end on like a freeze frame. And it's like, what? Like, where's the text on screen? Like, what happens? Like,
exactly.
Like,
exactly. You know? There's no follow up. There's no nothing. No. That's what I mean. They just literally gathered all the information that was already out there before the trial, before anything. I mean, like before, and just like slap this together. It was just like wham, bam, you know, like, I mean, it was just very, very bad. I did not like this movie. I can tell you that.
No, I didn't either. And so a few things that were, you know, arguing against his conviction were, you know, the abduction. Like they had said there was like a burglary in the neighborhood and that, you know, she could have confronted them, leading to her death, which is like, I don't know who's 8 months pregnant, like confronting burglars. Like,
exactly.
What?
Like, wouldn't your first thoughts be of your child? Like, you'd be like, I ain't getting in no scuffle. I'm pregnant. No. Like, give me a break.
Right. And then they found a burned mattress in a van that had like blood stains apparently, but the prosecutors refused to do more DNA testing. And it's believed that that could have proved he did not commit the crime.
See, this is what I don't, maybe this is terrible, but I almost think if he wasn't actually the one that like killed Lacey, I still think he set it up. That's what I think. So he could definitively be like, I didn't physically kill her. No, but you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
I do.
Odd.
I mean, you know, again, it's like for me, it's so easy to like chalk something up to like it's so easy to like call a woman crazy and to call a man an asshole, right? Like it's just so easy to do that. But it's like, you know, he did make choices that like, you know, point to him not wanting to be in a committed marriage, like having a baby. I mean, having an affair, no, it doesn't make you a murderer, but like it's a pretty convenient timing situation. And it suggests that like you didn't want to be in your life. I mean, that's what that suggests. And, you know, there's DNA like on his boat, you know, there's like her hair on pliers. And, you know, it's like the fact that he told Amber, you know, that it's like she was missing when it was a very inappropriate time to do that. Like,
yeah, exactly. They could have had a chance at life. They could have redone their life. She could have got remarried. Like, who cares?
Right. Like, go to somebody and be like, I don't want this anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just be like, I don't want this. I mean, so I personally think he did it. And I think it's, you know, horrendous. I know it didn't happen that long ago. I don't know if there was foul play in terms of the police. The more of these movies we watch, I'm like, police are humans. Like, they don't always do what they should.
Right.
You know?
Agreed.
And so, oh, hang on. Sorry. I'm getting some weird notification. Okay. So yes, I think it was very, very tragic. I think it was tragic that, you know, again, there isn't that much out there about Lacey in terms of her being like a human. I mean,
yeah,
I think the attitude is that she's like wonderful. And I know she was a substitute teacher, but I just think that so much of who she was kind of lost in the way this was reported.
Absolutely. I think, yeah,
you know,
it was very much just like kind of about Scott and, yeah, it was just very flat. Everything was just very flat. It's just, it wasn't a good movie. It's not a good outcome. It's just all in all, like, I'd redo this and I would really, really make it more about Lacey and leading up to it. And like, where was she at? Did she want the marriage? Was there something on her end she wasn't telling people? Like, have they ever looked at, has she ever left journals behind or like, you know, other things that may have alluded? Maybe she wanted to leave and he freaking cracked. Like, who knows?
Right. You don't know. And honestly, I could be wrong. And any listeners that know anything about this, please write in and tell us. But I think the only nonprofit that's like associated with this at all is the Los Angeles Innocence Project, which tries to overturn wrongful convictions. I think that's all there is, like, regarding this, which again is really nothing about her.
Yeah.
So
odd.
Yeah. So it's like all of his appeals thus far have been denied. And it's just incredibly tragic. And, you know, I hope her family is doing as well as they can.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just think that it was kind of a poor representation. But again, it was Dean Cain. And now he's like an idiot in ICE. So, you know, it's like, I don't know.
Like,
I guess the writing was on the wall.
Imagine, like, you're being detained and you're like, by that guy? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
We're like,
yeah.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Just make more crappy Hallmark movies and stay out of this baloney.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, please.
Stay in your lane. Like, I don't know. I'd be like, if I was being, I'd be like, and your movie sucks too.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. But yeah, not to like make light of it, but I thought about it. I was like, man, Connor would only be 23.
Oh my gosh.
So
Horrible.
young. So sad.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very sad. All I can say is that, you know, everybody needs to kind of strive toward living a life they want to live. Like, it's just, you know, better for everybody. And this seems like a completely avoidable situation.
I mean, yeah, in the line of Kate, you're going to make it worse if you lie, Scott. And I agree with that. Like, you're going to make things worse in life if you lie. If you're unhappy and you don't want, you know, like your situation, you need to come to your spouse, your significant other, and just be like, we need to talk. Because,
right.
Like, yes, it can be hard to get through the dirty, but like, you can, it's amazing how resilient you can be in life and how you can get through things. And not everything has to be like life and death. And that's kind of what I learned from these films is I think people think it's their only out. And then they do these like horrendous things. And you're just kind of like, what? Why?
Right. Right. Yeah, it's so true. You're so right. It's like, you know what? Let's just learn how to sit with discomfort. You know what I mean?
Right. Like maybe
like
it's
okay.
not. Yeah. Maybe it's not so great telling a spouse you want to leave them. And I'm not saying like things are going to end, you know, hunky dory, but like eventually through time, you'll get through it. Like,
right.
You know, you don't need to like hurt people and just try to think, I don't know, there's other ways of making money. Like, it's crazy to me that that's what people go to. It's just so, I don't know. It's just,
right.
It's just like, and it happens again and again and again.
It does. It does. And I think that, we'll probably cover more in terms of, I think we should, try to cover more in terms of like modern marriage as a whole. So anyway, to all of our listeners, we have grown immensely and we really, really appreciate all of the people tuning in and sharing. And it's been really cool to see. So thank you to everybody that's listening. Please keep listening.
Yes.
And as always, now we are on Instagram and Facebook. So if you ever have any comments or recommendations, please send them our way. And we just really enjoy doing this and we really appreciate you and all the support.
Yes, we do. We really do. And we like all comments. If you don't like what we're saying, go ahead and tell us because we like to read it.
We do. We can always get better or we can disagree.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But it's just nice to interact, and just be like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. Or, oh, I don't agree with you, but thanks for listening. And I like it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So thank you again. And until next time, have a good day.
Yeah.